Ladies and gentlemen, the former President of the United States. Jimmy Carter and a busload of Georgia Church volunteers came to a rundown neighborhood in Lower Manhattan to renovate this abandoned tenement.
Getting involved in the so-called Jimmy Carter work camps was kind of an accident. I had gone to New York, and in the morning, early, I just jogged out to what I knew was a habitat site, and it was such a horrible-looking place. And just without thinking, I said, geez, Rosa, I need to come up and help you with this project. Well, inevitably, that remark got back to Millard Fuller, who immediately adopted it and said, okay, that's a commitment. I didn't think I'd ever come back a second year, but it turned out to be such a glorious challenge and such a difficult challenge that we came back and then had a wonderful accomplishment.
The people that we met on that first trip were so wonderful. Roosevelt, who lived in a cardboard box, became the superintendent of the building. It's just so wonderful to see people. I know one of the young women met us the next year when we went back and said, I'm an apprentice in the Carpenters Union now.
You might feel a sense of gratitude to us when we leave, but I can guarantee you that we'll benefit a lot more than you will. Many places where we build one or two habitat projects in the center of a destitute community, within a few years, the whole community has been transformed because people get proud of their houses. We were supposed to be at work at 6:45. It's now 8 minutes after 7, so everybody's going to have to work harder today.
And I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you who worked on the Jimmy Carter work camp. We've made wonderful friends on both sides of the border.
Well, you think you're making a big sacrifice to work on a habitat project. It turns out to be one of life's greatest blessings.
1 week ago today, Habitat for Humanity started building 30 houses on the South Dakota prairie.
South Dakota was one of the most memorable. We had a windstorm that came and blew away all our equipment, so we had to get on the telephone and use my maximum political influence to get 18-wheelers to drive in the middle of the night for them to print out some more stuff for us. I think all of us ought to be ashamed. As we walk down the streets and see folks sleeping under a plastic sheet, or in a doorway or under a bridge, Habitat is a way not to be ashamed and to share what we have with others. We look on this project in Hungary as an inspiration to many other countries in Eastern Europe. How many of you know what profession Jesus had? A carpenter. How about all of you? Carpenters, right on. The largest and most complex one was in the Philippines, where we had 14,000 volunteers and built 293 homes in 5 days on 5 different locations. It's really heartwarming to come back to New York again and to finish their 100,000th house. And then we'll go down to our little hometown of Plains to build a 100,001st house.
You meet so many wonderful Christians, and it's kind of like a brotherhood. We think that it helps other people get involved to see following what Jesus would want you to do.
We were in South Korea, and a few months later, President George Bush announced to the world that he was going to the most dangerous place on earth, and that was a demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. And I told Rosa, yeah, that's the same place we built 8 homes on last month. One of the basic human rights is also housing. The right not only to have a place to live, but to have it be your own.
¡Viva el señor Jimmy Carter! ¡Viva!
Es un gran placer para mí y mi esposa estar aquí otra vez en Puebla con nuestros amigos de muchos años. I came to Benton Harbor last year and met the people and saw in their eyes and in their hearts a desire to have better lives. We're all the same folks, and we all want the same kind of life for our children. We went back to near Mumbai, India, and we built 100 homes where my mother had been in the Peace Corps when she was 70. Habitat has meant a lot to me to see the change in the lives of people who have moved into a new home and have been given a new lease on life with human dignity, with hope for the future, with self-respect.